Hi everybody, this is a little recording to say thank you for yesterday's support in my solar eclipse facing your fears live video, and it certainly didn't go completely the way that I'd anticipated, and I had a lot of things that I wanted to share, but as most of you can see who watched it, and maybe if you can watch it, do. I actually left out a lot of information, or was unable to actually say what I wanted to say. It's interesting on hindsight, you have all these things, lists ready, prepared, so people can understand. And so some people may or may not have understood through the tears, but I just thought I would come back today and just reaffirm what our intentions are, and what we are doing in this process throughout this campaign of raising £20,000. Yes, it's a lot of money. We are doing as much as we can on social media. We're doing private events in our home, and we have our GoFundMe page up. And if you go to the Facebook page, which is will be on this link or below this video, when you go and look, you can see anything that we are doing. Now, all the books that I have written on Amazon, you can again find all those on Facebook. You can find them on the website under merchandise, and there are various books to help help with self-esteem. And the one thing I wanted to say yesterday with this whole situation was actually how my self-worth was knocked, and how the process of going through adoption, IVF, and for any of you who have been through this, that feeling that you're not a whole woman, and that you are unable to do something that is so natural, and have to spend your days watching other people do the things that you feel you should, you were put on this earth to do. My whole life, from a child, I believed that I would have a family. It was a done thing. It wasn't a given thing. It wasn't something that I questioned. And to be fair, I wasn't looking for it till I met my husband. I have had a really full career. I've travelled. I've done an awful lot of things, and I've had a wonderful experiences of teaching and training children who, who have almost became my surrogate family, I suppose. And so I haven't been without. And this isn't a video to say, "Oh, woe me." It's just that I have been now given a chance, and it's an opportunity that just keeps coming back to bite me. Every time I push it away, it comes back. And so I feel that there is something bigger out there. The universe is saying, you can do this. But my self-worth was so knocked throughout that process that going back to this was just so painful. I can't believe it. I think I realised when that door was opened again, or that opportunity came, actually how little I grieved, I think, for it, how much I'd buried. And we eventually walked away from our adoption process because of the amount of heartache it was causing. And for any of you that have been through adoption, and when you go through it, there's all this thing, oh, we want to find a family for people, and for kids, and there's loads of kids out there, and if you're suitable, and you know what, it is so not what you think. And there is a system, and there is red tape, and I think I felt that everything that I built up throughout my life, any bit of confidence I had, was just ripped right from me. And God, I'm getting emotional again. To go back there was huge. I understand. I know how much judgment can be had from putting things out there on social media. This isn't something that I've done lightly. This option has been around now, floating around for best part of a year, so it's taken a long time to process, and a long time to decide what and how we do. One thing is that our age, and to be honest, when I gave up all this, I found a way of dealing with it. I found a way of accepting it wasn't going to happen, and I created a new life. That's the way I am. It was like, what am I going to do now when everything's taken from you, and there is absolutely no possibility? What do you do? And I thought, okay, I'll do the next best thing. I'll find joy in my life. I'll be creative. I'll write books. I'll do things to help people. I'll work. I'll become. I'll create the alternative. I'll create another option. And this is, and so, one of the reasons for putting everything out there yesterday was to show people that, one thing I can be vulnerable. As a psychic, although I'm there for people and I can really help change people's lives, when it comes to your own, it's another issue. But, I'm following my own lead. I'm following my own teaching, and I'm doing exactly what I tell people to do. And I'm really hoping that this gives other people courage to come forwards, to deal with that side of things, and to have that courage, which is all about, connected to self-worth. So my book, So What If, is all about self-worth. It's all about loving yourself, and looking at things in different ways, and trusting and believing in yourself. So if you anything from the books that I've written obviously goes towards this fund. The other thing is, if anybody is generous enough to donate to us, it doesn't matter how small or then I'm prepared, to do this as a sponsorship, and I will do a quick psychic question for you. All you have to do is, when you make a donation, is then email me on thesaraparry@mail.com, or PM me on Facebook, and let me know. And if you've made a donation, it's up on the site, on the GoFundMe site. So, and you just need to send me your question, and I will answer it for you. I'll do it as quickly as I can, because there may be an awful lot to answer. I hadn't really thought that one through, but which is great. It's great, but if that's what gets us closer to our dream, then fantastic. We've given ourselves a sort of year window really for this, because of our age and because of the challenge, what comes with it. But without a good chunk or a startup, we're unable to even really get started. We've now raised in a day £388, and just from this alone, just from me blubbing all over the screen, which I really didn't want to do, but hey ho, it was the truth. It was me, honest, bare, that's it. And the support that I've had from it is just amazing. And the most amazing thing to me is the support I've had from people that I was really thinking I wouldn't, and probably the people I thought would judge me the most. So what, life is full of surprises, and just when you need it, people come through, and because it's real. And one of the questions I had about putting this out, one of the fears I had, the biggest fears, was that was what would come back from it, the backlash that can come from these things. And although I'm quite out there and come across as really confident, and I can express myself well, I hope I can, I am quite private, and anyone that knows me knows that my life is, I do keep certain things private, and I do like to shut off occasionally. And so, this wasn't the easiest thing. I live in a small town, and, I think now I may have to go out in dark glasses, not because I'm a celebrity, but because, so now everyone's seen me cry. But, I know there is absolutely nothing to be ashamed of in crying. I know that crying is a release, and that is the one thing that I did yesterday. I released so much tension, so much depression, because I just didn't know how to go about this. It was like this was put in front of me, and there you have this great big log of 20 grand that is, it's going to cost at least 14,000 and plus. We've got to get so much involved here. This process is really, really complicated. It's not as simple as we would think it could be, and I wouldn't have considered it unless if my half sister hadn't come forwards. And bless her heart, she's adamant to this. It takes a special someone to do that, and to be sure. And to me, it was a sign. And being a spiritual person, you know, I listen to signs and watch for them all the time, even if people think it's nutty. I have to. It's my life. So I'm trusting the universe now. Anything that comes from any of these video diaries that I do, because I'm going to do a video diary of things. I'm going to tell you stuff, secrets that I haven't told, and some of you may know. Some, you know, people close to me would know certain things, but there's a lot of stuff that I don't reveal, and I'm going to do that. I'm going to expose everything. There's nothing left to expose, and again, in the hope that people have enough value in everything that they've done, and they have that self-worth. And you know, if nothing comes of this, because there is a chance this isn't going to work, but I'm going to believe that it is. And if nothing comes of it, do you know, the great thing is that people will say, if she can do it, so can I. I can believe, I can, you know, if we really want something to happen, we can have it. And the one thing I learned from this was, if I was passionate about it, I had to put everything on the line. Because when you have children, you put everything on the line. And if you really want it that badly, you know, if then you will. And I tell people this every day: if you're so passionate about it, then do it. And one of the things about this year was going for your passion, going for fulfillment. And I know, and I'm starting to blub again, is that if you follow your joy, if you follow everything that brings you happiness, and go for the benefits in your life, and trust, even if it seems a challenge, I believe that there will be rewards. And so join me in this campaign. Join me in becoming worthy of yourselves, building that confidence. Buy the book, share the video. You know, the more that I can have these videos shared, the quicker that we can raise this money. You know, a video goes viral, woohoo! I mean, why does it have to be just a laugh, you know, a silly, funny cat on a screen or something like that? I'm going to put videos up like that, so just share them, you know, even if you stick them on a continual loop. You don't even have to listen to it if you don't want. You don't even have to watch it. But please, you know, this is everything that comes from these will go towards this fund. And you know how amazing it would be if we could actually get this process started in a few months. The next step is for us, we are being referred now to Bath or Bristol Hospital Fertility Clinic, because we have to do embryo, you know, look at all that side of it first, before we even start IVF process with my half sister and all that. So there's so much involved here, but one consultation costs £200. I know. And you know, I could say, well, you know, that £200 could get me this or that, but you know what, there is no price you could put on a family. And you know, anyone that has a family out there will know how much value that is. And I'm now prepared to do whatever I can, and I'm just asking for your help. And here we go with the tears. So I'm going to sign off now. Please listen, again, share these videos, and look out for all the other things that I do. I may do some silly stuff just just to sort of lighten the mood a little bit. But if you've got any ideas, or you want to sponsor me to do something, then do get in touch. If there's something that you think would be really useful, if you want to hold an event, you know, if you want me to come along and do some live psychic stuff, you know, and we can sell tickets and stuff, you know, I'm really happy to get you know, to be hands-on with this. I'm not just sitting here saying, just give me the money. I want to do this for myself and know that I did it. But I'm also asking for your support, and any help is I'm just so grateful to. So I'm signing off now. Check out all my other psychic videos and stuff, and see what's coming this month, and crystals and things like that. And also check out my 6-step program, because you know, this is the 6-step program was created from all of the stuff that I've been through in my life, all the experience and all the heartache that I've had. I created something to change things, and I believe that yesterday I did. So thank you again to all of you, and lots of love and light. Take care.